My name is Jon Mills. I'm the brewer, distiller, and I'm one of the owners at the Foundry BrewPub, home of Canterbury Brewers and Distillers.
And I'm Jodie. I'm also the owner of Canterbury Brewers and Distillers at the Foundry BrewPub in Canterbury.
Where are we? We're the Foundry BrewPub, which is a 120-seater restaurant in the centre of Canterbury. We brew and distill on site. So we're making 16 beers and ciders. Everything we make in that small room is served here on the bar, so everything on draft is made here. We're also making way over 20 spirits, everything from vodka, moonshine, whiskey, rum, all from scratch, which makes us very, very rare in the UK. About 3 years ago, we designed and built a system to capture the heat from our distilling process, and we now heat the restaurant and the bar with that waste heat from a distilling process. But then I started worrying about what else we waste and how do we utilise that waste.
And then Jon woke me up about 2 a.m. in the morning saying, mushrooms. Yeah. And I think that's where it already began.
You're a wonderful lady. I started to play at the back of the brewery and started to see if I could grow mushrooms on the waste grain. And Growing Kent and Medway, I explained what I was doing, and they were just going, this is just fantastic. You've got something here and it's really valid, Jon, and you really should be looking for funding. So then we applied for the Growing Kent and Medway Business Sustainability Challenge.
It was great that there was lots of support during that process, which was perhaps something that we didn't have. We lacked in ability and confidence, and that's something where Growing Kent and Medway really helped, because they had the support services to help us with the stuff that we wasn't particularly good at, like the paperwork, like the skill sets involved.
Growing Kent and Medway were really, really supportive and started me on, applying for other grants now because of that confidence. Yes, you can do this, Jon. It's just a process and you just have to work through it. We just kept on fail, kept on success. What do we learn from that? Repeat until we are now growing 2 varieties of mushroom with 100% success rates. So if we were to expand that, we're getting industry standard yields, which is really, really important. I also believe that the mushrooms taste better than what's out there on the market. And we have had those scientifically tested to prove that those mushrooms are different. The compounds in the mushrooms that we're going are different to what's out there in the marketplace.
Yeah, and now our mushrooms are on 3 items on our menu. So they're in our luxury pies or mushrooms on toast.
So we're going to build a mushroom farm, and we're going to utilise 100% of our waste grain and a good proportion of our waste water and our waste energy to grow 120 kilos of mushrooms on our present volume a week. But what are we going to do with the mushrooms? Well, I'll set up a mushroom store. No one's going to come and buy our mushrooms, so what we'll do is we'll put a brewery and distillery shop next door. And Jodie's really wanted in her business development to have a retail offering. So this will be our retail offering. So we'll put a brewery and distillery shop. So we're beginning to build a bit of attraction. But we're also going to bring the mushrooms back to the distillery, and we're going to produce an extract, so a health food supplement. I think it'll be the making of the business.